Okay, hello, let's play 3 Lilies and the ghost stories again. Hopefully I didn't mess up anything this time. Hopefully, like while I was like doing pre-stream stuff, YouTube said that the stream is dropping frames, but hopefully that's not the case anymore. Anyway, yeah, we are up to part 2, and I guess these are like all like independent stories, so it's fine to watch them like out of order too. But yeah, it's low-key horror, but not like super terrifying, at least based on the first part. So yeah, hello chat and let's play, I guess. Okay, let me get to my place. And today is, well, a rare Friday stream because I might not be able to stream tomorrow. Like maybe I will, but it will be tight in terms of time. So just in case. Lily of the suburb. Okay. The footage shook violently. Well, let me get my gamepad too. Easy to play with that. Let me... I wonder if I should be on this side instead. I guess the likelihood that I will block the text is higher there, so I'll go here, I guess. Or maybe it doesn't matter if I block it a little bit. There isn't too much space. Okay. A woman ran through the halls of an abandoned facility alone, armed only with her camera. Like there is like a Japanese like horror game like Ray or something. I guess it's Fatal Frame in English. Where somebody's running with the camera, right? She turned sharply into a room, then stopped. Jerry. Oh, thank God, Jerry. I thought I lost you. Who is Jerry? And where is Tom? A screeching sound pushed the limits of the TV speaker as a distorted face filled the screen. Our scene was set in a little apartment. Television was the only source of light in the room. There were orange Halloween lights wrapped around the balcony, sure, but the light barely reached anything outside, let alone made its way inside. The 2 college girls, cuddling on the couch, watched the credits roll unimpressed. Okay, they are just watching TVs or juries. Well, could be a mouse in TV. The Lebanese woman pouted in disappointment. Lame. The black woman, cuddling with her, frowned as well, mouth nearly hidden, behind the massive collar of her oversized grey sweater. Interesting. Like a colorful cast, in a good way. What's even scary about this? Don't you get it, Ella? It's scary jump scare that's spooky because it doesn't happen in real life. But it did here, and they found the creepy footage proof. Yeah, I picked that up. I just don't get why all these found footage directors are obsessed with just filming traditional horror but with shaky cam. I guess like the shaky cam thing is that it looks like it is like authentic footage or something. I know like nothing about movies, but like isn't there like the thing that you film everything in one shot with one camera kind of thingy. Like that's probably trying to do that. It's like they are not even trying. Wouldn't it be more interesting to actually incorporate it into the narrative? That's why all the good ones are good. Not sure how to pronounce this. Najwa. Sounds hard. Nyava or something, that would be easier to say. I'll just go with that, even though it's more likely to be wrong. Nyava dramatically trapped herself along Ella's lap. Also not sure if that is right either. But I'll go with those, I can't pronounce it. I love it when you speak film major to me. Oh, shut up. Nyava grinned as she fended off Ella's playful attacks. It sucks because it's not the hot new thing. When it's the hot new thing, everybody jumps on it to make a quick buck. And that usually makes all the people with no talent come out of the woodwork. Right, that's something the studio did to modern filmmaking. It's good business right now to follow the leader, and it's also good business to put something in a neat little genre. Like they are basically complaining about like people copying like AAA TV or something. Or is it the other way around? Could be that too, I guess. I'm hungry right off the bat because I didn't have time to eat, but it's fine. In fact, now that I think about it, everything feels so genreified these days. It's really aggravating. It puts everyone into little boxes they can't escape from. I kinda get it. But like on a lot of platforms, like how do you even like categorize your creation? Because you have the genres mainly. Now I stared at Ella fondly for her entire rant. A goofy smile plastered on her face. She listened quietly, not interrupting once Ella was finished. As soon as Ella was done, she let out a satisfied huff. She smiled triumphantly as if her rant alone had somehow defeated the evil of the studio era. Right. And because of that, I think we should have watched the Saw films again this year. I have heard about those at least. Like they are, I guess, gory, so not my stuff for sure. So don't watch them in this game, please. You know. There's a nasty Nyava. Yeah, but nothing could hope to surpass the genius of the franchise's gruesome games and deep lore. The lore is fun, but if it's gruesome, then I can't do it. Also, I still can't believe you like the Blair Witch Project. Oh, that's probably the one with the shaky camera thingy. It's so slow. Sorry for liking slow burn. Well, I should show you this one Japanese horror film. The next movie in the recommendation queue began to load. Ella and Nyava, a couple of 2 years ago, always spent their anniversary the same way they spent their first night together, watching horror films. It all started when they ran into each other on campus, recognizing each other from their OurSpace account photos. Both had joined a group call dedicated to Halloween, and they also shared a distaste for the blue side. They quickly grew close, bonding over all sorts of things like films and fashion and getting into each other's interests. Now being a god to her core, confessed Ayla that Halloween, and Ayla being an aspiring screenwriter to her core, adored the idea of such a symbolic anniversary. It was a match made in heaven. Well, like if heaven is like Halloween enough. Ayla rested her head in the crook of Noah's neck, pulling the blankets closer. Don't you think it's kind of hot? Air conditioner is on full blast. I'm cold. Unfortunate. I don't feel a thing. Is being unable to feel the cold a gut thing? No. What it would be like the thing for not being able to feel the heat? I would like that. Although it's not that bad today, but yeah. Da. Ayla giggled. The next film began. I know what's going on. Well, tell us. This is exactly like how it was 10 years ago. Listen to me. Do not answer the phone. If you do, you'll... Yeah. Just as the protagonist's cell phone lit up, a ringtone went off in the living room. It was coming from Ayla's phone. Cautiously, she leaned over to view the caller ID. Who is it? It's Tija, your little sister. Why is she calling this late? Ayla's shoulders went from tense to exhausted. Don't know, but I'm about to find out. Tija. Hey Ayla. Immediately, Ayla could tell Tija was trying to hide something just by the rasped tone of her voice. What did you do? Oh, that's quick. I didn't do anything. Tija, where are you? Ayla could make out muffled music and people talking. She picked up Noah's phone and checked the time in disbelief. You're still at that party you said you were going to, aren't you? Ha 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 ha. Someone's in trouble. Tija, you know when you're supposed to be home. I'm surprised you're even getting away with this. You know how mom works late and dad falls asleep really early after work while watching his movie of the day. All I had to do was send him a text that I was coming home right before he knocked out. Oh, I get it. So you want me now to come pick you up and rush you over before mom gets home because walking would take too long. Tija laughed nervously again. I guess that's the case then. Is she coming? Someone else's voice could be heard on the other end of the line. From the sound of it, they seem to be right by Dija. Yeah, she is. He heard that. I didn't agree. Thanks, sis. Love you, bye. Okay, well. Dija hung up. Ella pulled her phone away from her ear and stared at the wallpaper. She pinched the bridge of her nose and sighed. Oh my god. Now I pat Ella's back. It's okay. I don't have any problem with driving out there. I wanna see how Dija's doing anyways. I haven't seen her since she came over for our last vampire session 4 months ago. Is vampire like tabletop or just movies? Session sounds like it could be tabletop. Thanks, babe. Now I got up from the couch and grabbed her keys off the kitchen island. Let me put on my fishnets. You're taking the time to put those on this late at night. How many times do I gotta tell you it's a lifetime, ma'am? Ella smiled fondly as Nyawa disappeared into the room. You're such a weird ass. Your fishnets were kinda not the kind of thing that I would wear like outside. Like maybe in bedroom, but not outside. Ella reluctantly got up as well, taking her phone with her. Address is in. GPS lady is talking. Let's go. So far, like, it is pretty normal, like no ghosts or stuff. Also, I like this face. I like these like eyebrows. It's a good face. So this is the neighborhood you grew up in, huh? I finally get to see it. Oh, I didn't grow up in it. I only said I lived there before. Huh, you didn't grow up there. Did you grow up in your old neighborhood? Yeah, mom and dad still live there too. Does your family own the house? Yeah, the mortgage got paid off a long time ago. And that's like the luxury of the older generations, I guess. Like no way I will ever own a house. Maybe I could buy like a shack or something if I made like anything successful, but who wants a shack? It's not worth it. Wow, that sounds like a dream. We did rent one house for a while when I was growing up, but we started moving a lot during the recession. Did someone in your family lose their job too? Like when is like recession? Like 2008 or like something else? It was 2008 or something, right? The kinda biggest one. In Finland, like the 90s was also like a huge recession, but probably doesn't apply to other countries. Yeah, my dad did. So did mine. That. This is depressing. Let's talk about something else. But depression is depressing, I guess, like financial depression. Sorry to let you down, but there's something important knowing at me, actually. What is it? I'm worried there's more to Teacher's story. Why? I heard some other kid ask Teacher if we were coming. Or like, if you're in a party, like. Well, I guess you can sit alone in the corner too, if you're like me. But probably most people don't do it like that. This might be about to become a clown car. Okay. Oh great. I don't know if I'll be able to handle teenagers aside from your sister. If they start acting like little shits, I'm just gonna tell them to walk. Please don't embarrass Teacher like that. Fine. No idea like where this is going so far. Like one potential way would be for the little sister to die, but hopefully not. Like that would be kinda weird. Like why? How would that happen? But only because I love you and Teacher. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm just a baby. Haha. They turned onto an intersection. The street lights glittered amongst the Halloween lights hung up on apartments and storefronts. Ayla leaned back and sighed, exhaling all the air out of her body. I wish Teacher wasn't so concerned with pleasing the people around her. I think after this, I'm going to talk to her about setting boundaries. One day, she's going to get dragged into some serious trouble. Oh yeah, she definitely needs that talk. It's a good thing so far she's only ever been talked into little things. Like when she saw that splatter film. And she cried about it to you on the phone for hours. I guess Teacher is like me, like she can't handle it. What do you mean? Not that serious. That tore my heart in two. That's because you're a good big sister. I love that about you. Meow meow meow. Hey, don't try to kiss me while you're driving now. Now I pulled away to correct the car's path. The two laughed. As the drive continued, a warm feeling pulled into Ella's chest. It wasn't often that Ella was able to get so close to someone in such a short period. Nava's sociable personality definitely helped move things along, but even so, Ella found herself shocked at how easily she let Nava in. Her novel was like the missing piece in a puzzle. More, let me drink. Lemonade. She'd often find herself filling up these quiet moments between them with fantasies. And recently, she began to think that maybe those fantasies didn't have to be mere fantasies. Hey Nava. As she tried to ask what was on her mind, her mouth became dry when Nava glanced at her through the strands of her pink wig. Okay, so the hair is a wig, I guess. Is that like what cuts do, or do you just like... I would have imagined that you would just color your hair, I guess. Oh yeah, that was a thing in the fairies song, right? Like the main character wanted to do that. I wonder if a wig would have worked. Well, the mom would have been weird about that too, I guess. Never mind. Before Nava could press the conversation, the GPS interrupted and distracted her. Turn right. Phew. Inside the car, on our way to get my sisters. Isn't a good time for that question. I just hope I'll find a good time someday. Good time for what? On the next turn, they entered a quiet street with walled suburbs on both sides. Turn left. They came up on the entrance to a neighborhood with a community nameplate that read XX. Go fancy a community nameplate at the entrance. No gate though. This game likes to not name the places that don't have significance. Well, I guess also characters that have a significance. Like they are X, Y, and Z and stuff. Maybe the next one is XY. No gate. It's not that fancy. Hold on. Let me see here. What does the shirt say? Omment or something. Te. Daya Aju. Maybe it's something like French or something. I don't know what it means. Also, that newly erected nameplate is hiding the fact that a lot of these houses had a scorpion problem until very recently. But now it doesn't need to know that. Now I guess the house have scorpions over there. What would it be here? Mice, I guess. Some kind of bugs. Nice no beeping code to put in. These just make a censorship blip noise. I can't drop an F-bomb yet. The rating will go up if I say it more than once, so I need good timing. Is this meta? Well, Victvillo got away with doing it all the time, so surely it's fine. For YouTube, at least. But maybe not if you do it right in the beginning. I have heard people get adult gated for swearing. Would be funny though, because I never swear apart from the games kinda. To get that sometimes. Anyway, we are going to bed after this because we have been watching too many movies. Sad face. As soon as Nava turned in, something darted in front of the car. She slammed down on the brakes. Is this how we get a ghost? Something, a cat, simply looked back at the car as it was flooded by headlights. Come on, dude. Now drove forward a bit, finally scaring the cat off. Holy shit. There's a lot of feral cats here. Are there? You know, I heard it's best to get all those ferals off the streets. Oh, I know. Tia talks our mom's ear off about that fact all the time because she wants a cat. But that's one way to get them off the streets, I guess. But Mom says no every time. Doesn't want to get in trouble with the landlord. That sucks. In my previous apartment, I wouldn't have even been allowed a cat. Not that I could afford it now either, but technically I could get one if I could afford. But probably not going to happen. The car fell silent as Nava focused on where she was going. Ella stared out the window, her tired head pressed up against the glass. House upon house rolled past them, some still glittering with decorations, some out for the night, some completely undecorated and eerily silent. There were very few children walking around trick-or-treating. What little clusters remained were all clearly tuckered out. Assuming that this happens in Middle East or something. Like, do they celebrate Halloween? Like over here, I guess only really low key. Like most people definitely don't decorate at all. Some might, I guess, but you need to be a fan of some kind, I think. But in recent years, Halloween has gotten more visibility, but traditionally in Finland it wasn't a thing at all. So my impression is that Halloween is a US thing mostly, but could be in other places too. But US doesn't have a whole lot of cultural thingy influence the same way as Britain or something had. But UK, though maybe it could be a thing in UK too, no idea. When there was movement, it was usually one of the aforementioned cats. Ella felt herself start to zone out. Her consciousness moved out of her body, past the window, and onto the sidewalk. It was like watching a film starring herself. The lighting was dyed in orange and red hues. Like the world was bleeding. An apparition shaped like her younger self sulking as she walked. Only to start panicking and running, sprinting faster and faster in one long continuous shot. Your destination is on the right. Wah! Ella's head went flying out the window, strands of hair plastered to sweaty skin. Nava brought the car to a stop in front of a rather large house and looked at her. Babe, are you okay? Gasps for air replaced the now cut engine as Ella tried to gather herself again. I'm fine. Now I wasn't convinced. Ella could see it in her eyes. Oh, please, don't ask. Not now. Nava hesitantly opened her mouth to say something, but was interrupted by tapping at the passenger side window. Okay, well that's a younger sister, I guess. We're like Halloween younger sister. Rita was there with two other costumed teenagers behind her. They appeared to be fraternal twins. nervous smile said everything. Oh no. Ella sighed and rolled down the window with the manual crank. Her voice was completely flat and devoid of tone. Teacher. Hi Ella, hi Nava. We all have to go home really soon, like right now. That. One of the twins, a boy, shifted behind Tija uncomfortably. The girl crossed her arms and huffed. Look, I'm sorry. Can you guys please do this for me? We didn't mean to stay so long, I swear. Now I was frowning deeper than ever. I got no problem bringing you home, Tija, but that backseat can only fit so many people. Are you three fine with squeezing? Now aside. Yeah. That's fine. That's okay. The male twin peeked in to take a look at the back. His eyes fell on the middle seat, which was much less a seat and more a divider. I'll take the middle seat. Are you sure? You're kind of tall. It's okay. It's not like there's a ton of bumps on the way home or anything. Doesn't matter anyway, like how tall you are. Like, if anything, I would imagine that the middle would have the most space. Well, doesn't matter, I guess. Okay, don't crack your skull open though, or it's my problem. Nava unlocked the doors. The male twin got in first and awkwardly seated himself in the middle, head bent down. Dija followed after. The female twin, who was still silent, got in on the other side, swiftly and shut down the door hard. Doesn't she want to be like next to the boy? What's her problem? Nava held her phone out to the backseat. Address, please. Neither of the twins moved to take it. The girl wasn't even paying attention. Hello? Yeah, I'll get it. Hang on. The boy took it, put the address after a bit of fumbling, and returned it to Nava. Go straight. So, what are you guys supposed to be? I was a cat, but I wiped off my face paint. It was getting itchy. I'm able to see my horns. I guess I can kinda see one. Well, and you? The girl said nothing when Nava glanced at her in the rearview mirror, only gesturing at her witch hat. Like she's a wizard, I guess. Nava forced a smile. Right, a candy corn witch. That's a pretty popular costume these days, huh? The kids wanna hear some Christian rock. You're Christian. Yeah, I'm a Maronite. Must be hard to believe. With the clothes I'm wearing, huh? I have some CDs that gave me as a college present. Seriously? Yeah, seriously. A Christian like normally or like ironically? Because I have seen that too. and Mom are a little bit worried about my hobbies, even though I keep telling them God comes first. So I guess like non-ironically then. Probably. Oh, that sucks. But at least you got some free CDs out of it. Now I leaned towards Ala and whispered as quietly as possible. I like this one. I like this one too. That sounds like something your dad would do, right? The boy tried to get his sister to respond, but she continued to huff and dig the tips of her shoes into the back of Nava's seat. Anyways, or maybe the sister is just shy. No idea though, like how she would get late then. She could have just left, or maybe she was scared. Turn left. Now, teacher, can you put in the CD you like with the medal? Medal. Our dad would get so mad, but Muda, don't tell him. Yeah, you're right. Cause what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I don't like that. Turn left. Now I took the CD out of its sleeve and popped it in the player. Okay, which song? We'll probably only have time for one before the friends get dropped off. The one that's like, I'm the ledger bitching. Whoa. Huh. Ha ha ha. The whole car erupted in laughter, save for one person. That song is not family-friendly Christian. It's fine, because they are keeping it all in Vegas or something, right? Ayla somewhat playfully smacked Nava's shoulder. I like the song because of how she sings it. It's that good? Yeah. Let me hydrate. Nah. I did talk a lot today while away from home, so hopefully my voice can handle this. All this band stuff is good. I have got some limited edition. The slam of someone's shoe against the car floor abruptly ended the merriment. Everyone turned their attention to the offender. Well, that's a sad face, I guess. I don't like metal. But it's majority vote though, right, Dija? Is it like majority vote in this kind of situations? I don't know, like what kind of like issues people can have with music. I guess they can have, like depending on like what they believe in and stuff. Question mark. Turn left. Nava's hand hovered over the eject button. Never mind, Nava, sorry. Oh, if that's okay with you. The CD popped out without mechanical noises. Nava returned it to its sleeve. Like so far, like this is like a pretty normal story, like nothing scary at all. Like, this is supposed to be horror in some way, but so far nothing. But maybe it's the kind that tries to make you comfortable first, and then bam. This time, Ella learned in towards Nava and whispered, "I don't like this one." I don't like this one either. Like the twin girl, I guess. You'd think the girl would be the agreeable one, while the boy is a jerk. Well, like no like such guarantees. The girls can get so effing nasty though. Hey, you stole my F-bomb. I can't hear you. Now I sat up straight, poised in the driver's seat, taking on a British accent. Like, I don't know like how to do the British accent. I don't know if I even need to know, like maybe it would be offensive anyway. Yoo-hoo, my lady. My apologies. I'll take care of them right away. The boys nodded while the girl huffed again and rolled her eyes. Your sister's girlfriend is really funny, teacher. Maybe that's why the girl twin is like upset. Because they are gay. She told them. Well, one of them doesn't seem to have a problem with it, at least. Yes, the other does. That's another talk we are going to have. If they live in the Middle East, yeah, I guess. Then again, like, it's probably not one of the worst countries because they are like wearing like normal like Western or Europe or whatever inspired clothes. Like there are like different cultures in there. Like, I'm not sure. Kinda got the feeling that I heard that Lebanon or something is like less conservative, and there are probably others too. Who knows? I know, right? Isn't she awesome? Am I not awesome? Well, you're awesome too, Ella, just a different kind. What kind am I? You're really smart and thoughtful. Who cares? Well, I kinda care, but I guess you don't. The girl's persistence in being sour finally won out. The car went silent for good. Nava tapped her finger on the steering wheel in irritation. Unlike Ella, Nava couldn't stand anything like this for long. Like, what would you doing like this kind of a situation? Like, you could like try to annoy her even more, like by like talking about gay things, or you could give her like a lecture. She was an incredibly justice-oriented person. She always sided with the underdog no matter what and made it known. Ella was sure that had she not warned Nava to not embarrass Dija, Nava would have thrown this cruel teenage girl out by now. My costume is making me uncomfortable. Okay, well, sure. Take up the hat, I guess. That will help. Are we there yet? I'd like to say the same. But starting my shit that wasn't already being started is a waste of energy when they are gonna be out of here soon. How long do we even have? Ella glanced at Nava's phone in the driver's seat cup holder. Nava must have been thinking the same thing, because Ella heard her gasp. What a... Every part of Ella's body turned cold. Interesting. Is your internet okay? Your data? Did you run out of data? I hope my internet is fine too. So far, I guess so. No, it's a brand new billing cycle. What's wrong? Yeah, like over here, like you have like bandwidth limitation, but you don't have like data cap, I guess, on phones. Or maybe you can get that kind of thingy too, but well, I guess you probably don't want. Not sure. Hey, is it just me, or have we been going in circles? Ella rested her head against the cool glass again. So like this is like the kind of like story where people are on an airplane and the airplane like gets stuck in some kind of limbo, right? And then there is like Tulhu or Miko or something Lovecraftian in there doing stuff in the airplane, like that kind of story, right? Well, I don't mind that kind of horror as long as, well, it's not bloody. Her skin was both hot and cold, the world blurred, and so did everyone's voices. Her eyes could only focus on one thing. The fact that there was nobody outside anymore. Not even a cat. Interesting. I do like the atmosphere. Ella, hey, Ella. Now placed her hand on Ella's shoulder as she brought the car to a stop and killed the engine. Ella, hey. A response floated up in Ella's head and popped like a bubble when it reached the top. The girl manually popped the lock instead of asking Nava to unlock the car, then began to exit in frustration. Hey, where are you going? This is stupid. I'm just gonna call someone else. Hey, come back. It's not safe. You heard Dija. Come on. Wah. The girl left anyways, but didn't move past the car. The male twin scooted over to take her seat and leaned in to quietly speak with her. Lisa peeked over Ella's seat nervously. No, not again. What, not again? Ella. I'm scared. What's happening? That. Now I got out. Lisa, you two, watch Ella and stick together. I'm going to try and find someone who can help us, okay? Good luck. She shut her door and headed off down the sidewalk. No. Ella's reaction to Nava leaving was delayed. With clammy hands, she opened her own door in an attempt to chase after her, only to collapse the moment both her feet were on the asphalt. Ella! Oh shit. The male twin joined Tia in leaving the car to check on Ella. Ella's hand tightly gripped the window crank. Little squeaky noises could be heard as she nervously manipulated back and forth, as if trying to regain control of her own body through it. Tia bent down and gripped her shoulder as if she was going to shake Ella, but she couldn't seem to bring herself to. Ella looked too fragile. It was like she'd break if Tia tried. Ella, please, I'm scared. What's wrong, Ella? The male twin nervously ran a hand through his hair, unsure of what to do. Let me see, like, if I can, like, somehow do that, like, look kind of weird. Something like that, I guess. Well, like, yeah, like, being able to move is nice and all, but it's kinda janky in reality, yeah. Okay. So, like, this is some kind of a dark world or something, I guess. Water. Do you guys have water bottles? Do you need water? Why water, of all things? I don't think she needs water, but I guess to, like, if she's like dizzy, yeah? Like, maybe water helps. The voices around Ella continued to make incomprehensible noise to her. With her eyes slowly adjusting to the darkness, she began to count the cracks in the asphalt. Within every fracture was a replayed scene. People ignoring her, people pretending she wasn't there. Her hopes and dreams of normal school life scattered into the wind, the scraps flying through an empty afternoon street. Why? Why what? Her thoughts were interrupted by a slam on the hood of the car. Let's also save just in case. Okay. Down the street, Nava had gone from looking for the presence of others to shouting for help. Hey, isn't there anyone out there? Hello? Help? He stormed right up to a random house and began to bang at the garage door, then the front door. Is anyone in there, please? She banged and banged, her fists slowing until she was weakly pressing them against the wood. Nava pressed her forehead against it and took a deep breath. Come on, please. She shut her eyes. In the darkness, she mustered what composure she could. Then slowly she opened her eyes back up and lifted her head. At that moment, a strange feeling emanated from the house. It left Nava with the sensation of being crushed. She felt the fear deeper than terror, unease deeper than despair. Maybe it is like Tulhu or something. She wouldn't have said it was malicious or sinister. Instead, within its thickness lay something that smelled like doom. Instinct told her only one thing: no. Okay. She quickly turned away and broke into a run back to the car. As she came closer, Nava could see that something had gone wrong while she was absent. The car hood was banged again. That's probably one of the kids, right? The owner of the fist banging on it looked as if she was about to explode with rage. Can you all get hold of yourselves? The female twin glared daggers at her brother, then at Dija, then finally at Ella. I knew we should have just walked back home. But didn't you want to go in a car because your feet were tired? And it's not safe to be alone at night. I changed my mind. It should have been obvious I didn't want to go anymore, but you guys just went and got in the car like nothing was wrong. And for the record, it's not safe to be alone at night for you, Disha. My brother and I have each other. You're the one who goes home alone. You're just you're a pussy. Okay. The way the twin mocked Disha's words flipped a switch in Ella's heart. The hand gripping the window crank squeezed it so tightly, it felt like her knuckles would tear through her skin. What the hell is going on here? Noah! The female twin whipped around to start berating Noah next. Don't get me started with you. You think you're so funny. You look like you walked out of the back room of a spirit Halloween. And I'm the one who's supposed to be in costume here. Aren't you in college? Playtime is over. Grandma of all things. If you're in college, like you're not grandma at all. You know nothing about grandma yet. You know, I was thinking you already crossed the line because you started hitting my car. But I guess now you have just decided to start sprinting past it as far as you can. At least I have interests. Is bitching and moaning your only hobby? For a moment the girl faltered. The boy was shaking so badly it looked like he was about to fall apart. Just please stop. This is really stupid of you. I'm not going to stop. It's not my fault we are here in some... I don't even know what this is. Her hand flew out and pointed directly at Dija, who still had her hands comforting on her sister's shoulders. It's her fault. If she didn't have the stupid idea to call her sister, then none of this would have happened. How exactly? What is wrong with using the phone? Ragda, is she prone to this kind of incidents? Ella loved Dija. She was the light of Ella's life. The fact that she shined so brightly only made Ella wish to protect that flame with everything she had. Ella could recall everything about the tumultuous year in the wake of 9/11 and the recession, but Dija was too young to remember any of it. She only ever saw their aftermath. She only understood that, for money reasons, Dad was suddenly always at home and Mom had to work a lot, and they had to keep moving. Okay, maybe they are in the US then. And that because of 9/11, everyone had to prove that they loved the flag and the nation even when they didn't, or they were a traitor. Ella didn't want her to witness this any further. She wanted Dija to never learn evils of humanity. On some level, she understood she was powerless to prevent the bad things in life from reaching her beloved little sister. It was ridiculous wish to have in such a cruel and unforgiving world. Yeah, like not so like what you're supposed to do in like that kind of situation. Like, it's probably good to shield the kids a little bit at least, but like maybe you can't like totally do it. But this moment brought it to the forefront of her mind. Had she abandoned her sister by moving away? Did she make such an awful friend because Ella wasn't there? I don't know, that's kind of far-fetched though. Like, it's not like you're her mom or anything. And even like parents, like, sure you can affect the kids to some degree, but only to some degree. Like, you don't like own the kids or like anything. But I'm here right now. The right-hand front window suddenly slid down halfway with the deafening screech. That's enough. Slowly, quivering all the while, even with the support of the open door, Ayla stood up. Dida stood with her, holding onto her torso to keep her steady. You leave my little sister alone, you whiny little shit. The girl seemed taken aback at being stood up to by an unrelated person for the second time. She glanced around. Everyone simply stared at her silently. Not even her own brother was coming to her defense. When she met Dija's eyes expectantly, the other girl only looked down at her feet. I guess this is where, like, the talk about Dija being like too nice to people comes to play. The girl's bottom lip quivered. I see how it is. Fine, whatever. I have had enough of this. She sneered at Teacher. We are through. I don't want to see your face on Monday. Well, like, probably for the better. Like, who needs this kind of friends? Not that. Yeah, but maybe it's like a tough thing when you're a teen or so. But when you get like older and cynical and everything, then it's like easier. It's just like, whatever. Ella glanced at Dija's devastated face. She had never seen Dija look like this her whole life. Dija. Uncaring of her cruelty, the girl grabbed her brother's hand and started dragging him away. Hey, quit it. What are you doing? We are walking home on our own. But that's such a stupid idea. Look at all the F's I give. I just want to get away from this stupid place. Why have you been such an asshole to me all night? Now I circled around the car and over to Ella and Dija. Apathy was written all over her face. I had never met such a horrible kid in my entire life. This is what happens when the parent just lets their kids do whatever they want. Ella didn't respond. She was focused on Dija, who was still shocked. Her eyes trained on the retreating figures of the twins. Dija. Dot. Hey, come here. Just as Ella moved to hold Dija, a strange whistling noise blew through the air. What was that? Now I got her answer in the form of a white blur. I have no idea what it is trying to be. It swooped down over the group and grazed their heads like a bird of prey. It moved far too quickly for any details to be seen, even leaving behind a trail of incomprehensible after images. What little could be seen resembled a bird-like apparition trapped in shrink wrap. It swooped in for another attack. Ella quickly grabbed Dija, pulled her down to cover her, shutting her eyes tightly. She could feel Nava shield her with her whole body. The twins, who were somehow still arguing when it arrived, were silenced by its cries. What is it? All Ella could hear was the girl's cry getting abruptly, unnaturally cut up. Rip, I guess. The boy screamed, calling out her name. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. It would have been funny if he had been like X, because like that's how this game like names people who don't have names. Ella kept her eyes shut and her arms wrapped tightly around her little sister. She heard the boy's footsteps as he broke into run. They wait, don't run, wait. Ella finally opened her eyes and looked up, best she could with Nava on top of her. She saw the boy's distant figure as he bolted down the street. Now continued to call out for him, but to no avail. He rounded the corner and then he was gone. He's coming back. Hurry, in the car. Come on, Dija. Now Anila helped the still petrified Dija into the back seat. Once she was safely inside, Noah jumped over into the driver's seat and Ayla followed immediately after. The locks clicked. Everyone waited with bated breath, bracing themselves for further attacks. I have no idea what the game is trying to say. It's well, monster battle why? But nothing came. There was no more shrieking, no more strange blurs swooping down to attack them. Like usually like in the Lovecraftian stories, at least like my impression is that there is like something like obsession or something that leads to the mysterious things. But if they just like randomly happens, it's kind of weird. But like usually like there is something like somebody finds a book and like gets obsessed with it and reads it for days on end, or somebody sails to an island and gets obsessed with exploring it, that kind of things. It was as dead, silent as it was when they first entered the strange neighborhood. They sat in silence for a little while longer, regaining their bearings. Bearings, I guess. Also, let me drink. Different lemonade. It felt unbearably hot in the car, but nobody moved to open a window. Ayla even kept pulling the crank to its limit to ensure the windows were shut tight. Are you alright, Dija? The first one to finally speak up was Nava. Dija swallowed thickly and nodded weakly. I'm okay. Now then looked at Ayla. She was resting her head against the dashboard, exhausted. You're definitely not okay. What's wrong? You have been acting strange ever since we showed up. Ayla peeked out from behind her arms and stared at the fibers of her oversized sweater. The back of her head buzzed with fear and painful memories. I have been in this copied neighborhood with no people in it. Original neighborhoods freaked me out ever since. So that's why you wanted to move in with me so badly. Is that why you stopped commuting? That question coming from Dija's mouth caused a spike of guilt to pierce Ayla's heart. She rubbed her thumb against the back of her hand nervously. Now I leaned in gently, trying to not freak Ayla out as she spoke just as gently. How would you get out? I mean, you're right here. You couldn't have been stuck in here forever. I don't know how I got out. Now I reached her hand out and replaced Ayla's thumb with her own to suit her. Do you remember what led up to it? Maybe that could give us a clue. No. Ella gazed out at the rows of houses. Though they remained washed in darkness, my mind could only see them painted in the colors of the afternoon sun. Once again, the world before her had become a film, and her memories were the real, being fed into the projector. Is this like a story about trauma or something? The pain, Ella always thought, became so much more digestible when you pretended it was all only one big movie you once starred in. Ella voiceover. It was my last year in high school. I had a horrible day. My friends had been acting colder to me lately, but I didn't think too hard about it until it came to a head. They were fed up with me. They told me as much, telling me they couldn't stand even the little things about me, like how I'd go on and on about movies or how I was slow. My social group was in shambles. Okay, so it's a story about bullying, I guess. Not only was I betrayed by people I thought cared about me, they went out of their way to ruin my reputation too. It was already hard being the new girl again. While walking home, all I could think about was how badly I wanted to go somewhere else. Before I knew it, I was in this place. There was a lot of running and a lot of crying, and I think at some point I nearly threw up out of fear. I told myself I deserved it for being unwanted. I nearly gave up. But then I started thinking about how much I missed Mom and Dad and Dija, and the air changed. I tried one last time to leave. I knew I was back when I turned the corner and saw a car. Ella tugged at a loose strand on her sweater, pulling it until it snapped. As she did it, her body returned to the present, as if the snapped strand was the delicate film reel tearing. She could control whenever that old script ended now. I never told anybody. I thought it was just a dream. So basically what I wanted to tell in the beginning of the story is that there is this one place where we probably shouldn't drive, right? Like that's what I guess it is. I still have nightmares sometimes. I'm sorry for never telling you never. I know you have always wanted to visit, and I just give you silly excuses why we couldn't. That's fine. I'd be scared too, if it happened to me. I should have told you to, Dija. Maybe if I did, this wouldn't have happened. Ella. The conversation petered out. Everyone stood in the silence, brainstorming a solution. Nava put her hand on her chin. Realizing something, Dija sat up in the car excitedly. then maybe this place is like a game lobby or something. A game lobby. You mean like in those stupid shooting games? They're like the old ones. With like lobby levels, like Quake or something had it, right? I guess also Portal 2 has it. The multiplayer at least. Well, I guess Quake is the prime example. Yeah. I have played a bunch with the twins, but anyways, between each game, you're in an offline lobby, right? But maybe it's not quite the same these days. You can stay in the lobby however long you want. You can even play some solo practice games, where it's just you and your loadout. Teacher looked at Ayla expectantly, a huge smile on her face. What? You think I'm making this happen somehow? A little. I swear, I don't know what's going on this time. I like my life as it is, just fine. But maybe you just don't realize you don't like it as much as you think. It's really not me. Even the things I want to change don't feel anywhere near as earth-shattering as that day. I never wanted to come to this lobby again. Plus, it didn't have a thing of flying around snatching people up. Is the lobby like some kind of like mental barrier or like protection or something because it ate the bird thingy, ate the nasty girl? They were out of ideas. The dark car was filled with silence again. Nobody said a word. The growing air of despair hanging over them was so thick it felt like someone could cut it. In the rear view mirror, Ayla spotted the top of Jesus' head moving rapidly. When she looked back, she saw Tita shaking her head back and forth like she was trying to shake something off her. Tita. Something slammed against the hood of the car. Wah! It's back. It slammed against the car repeatedly, making it shake. Lita screamed. Ayla looked around frantically until she noticed the house right next to the car. Let's get out on 3 and make a break for it. Make a break for what? That house. But what happens if we go in the house? I have no idea, but it's better than staying out here. Cold sweat formed on the back of Nava's neck. Are you sure? Nava, either the thing breaks through the window and snatches us up, or we hide in a room without any windows at all, so the toilet or something. Alright. On 3. The trio grabbed the handles of the doors closest to them. 1. The creature swooped down again and hit the car once more. Ayla flinched but continued to count down with a crack in her voice. 2. 3. Doors flew open. All three ran out of the car and onto the lawn. Nava sliding over the hood of her car. Nava and Ela took one hand on Dija's each at first before moving to shield her with their arms wrapped around her shoulders instead. The shrieks of the creature reached their highest pitch. Ela could sense it closing on them, the door just within their reach. In a split second, Ela saw the doorknob come within arm's reach. They hesitated, realizing they never considered it might be locked. Hurry! Damn it. Someone grabbed the doorknob, but it wasn't Ela, it wasn't Nava, her hand clammy. She wrenched it like she aimed to twist the doorknob right off. The door opened without a hitch. Everyone piled inside. Nava set it behind them with a slam, then shook it down to the hinge. She frantically locked the deadbolt while Dija and Ela pressed themselves against the door to brace it. Please don't break through. Nava too pressed her shoulders against the door. The slam the three expected never came. It was as if the creature disappeared as soon as they entered, or perhaps it was never as close as they thought at all. Ela slowly slid down as she grasped for air. Let me drink again. Her heart felt like it was going to bounce out of her chest and start running. She leaned her head against the door, staring up at the lit ceiling of the home they entered. The lights. Her head snapped back up. The pristine living room they were in was fully lit by both lamps and ceiling fixtures. Nava's head made full turns as they looked around the room. That is not how it looked from the outside. Or maybe it's the RPG kind of house, where the interior is bigger than the exterior and stuff too. Ela managed to find the strength to get up again, arms like lead, as she hesitantly stepped forward. The living room was fairly ordinary no matter where she went. It was just another carbon copy home layout typical for a suburb like this, filled with soulless mock-up furniture. One thing, however, was off. Why are all the photos and paintings here so weird? Now I walked further into the house. Dija nervously came up to Ela, gripping her sleeve like she was 7 years younger. That. Ela's heart twisted with guilt. She couldn't help but be reminded of the look Dija gave her when Ela was about to leave for her new home. Well, it's kind of weird, but I was thinking like, if you could have like paintings in your house, and like the paintings would actually be like some kind of like, well, monitors or something, but not as bright. Like there is like e-ink paper thingy or something like that. Like you could put pictures of them on them, and then like at night you would make them like react somehow, like change the pictures, like make like blood stains or something to like scare your friends who are staying overnight. Like that kind of thingy. Anyway, Ella pulled Dija in for a hug and rubbed her back soothingly. Hey, it's going to be okay. You guys. Noah's head peeked out from the hallway she was in. Come look at this. And what, do we finally have ghosts? Ella looked down at Dija with a comforting but hesitant smile before taking her hand and following after Noah. At the end of the one hallway was a door to somewhere. Home sweet. Like the one painting behind me is just like a credit card or something. It's probably not. Now I looked back at them briefly before opening it. Oh, it's the same room again, I guess. Are you kidding? I wish I was. It was like they entered through the front door again. But then Ella looked back. She saw the hallway they were in, not the neighborhood outside. Jesus Christ. The three entered the duplicate living room, Dija trudging behind Ella, like she was trying to weigh her sister down. It is like pretty like similar vibes to like the Lovecraftian stories, I guess. Ella, however, simply gently pulled her forward. Now put her hands on her hips and blew out a puff of air that flipped up her bangs. So much for finding a room that has no windows. There are other doors in that hall, right? There's got to be one that's at least some kind of weird ass bathroom. Like if you go like left and right and left and right and up and down and up and down. Ella turned to Dija and bent down a bit to whisper to her. Dija, you stay here, sit down or something. We'll be back. But surely that's not a bad idea at all. Just leave her there and get lost in the building. That. Dija reluctantly relaxed her grip, as did as Ella asked. Now and Ella entered that living room's hallway. That. Now opened the first door in the hall. Oh god. Do you have to go through? Shit. Beyond the door was an identical hallway. Now I immediately closed it. Ella turned to a different door across from it, opened it, and that. Beyond was another living room identical to the other ones. Where's the girl in there? That's the question. If you go through, is it the same one or is it a duplicate? They checked each and every door. All were just another part of the loop, infinite and unchanging. Ella dared to venture further into one of the living rooms only for a cloying feeling of dread to clog up her throat. She quickly turned around and shut the door behind her with a gasp, backing up to get as much distance from it as possible. Yeah, this would be more like Lovecraftian territory, except you would get the urge to go deeper and deeper and get more distorted and stuff. What is wrong with this place? Now I, exasperated, ran a hand through her pink wig so much that it became disheveled. Guys, maybe it's I don't know, Crave Encounters. How did that movie end again? Now I'll be effing for real. This isn't the movie. I'm for real. No, it's a stupid question and you know it. How is it a stupid question? What other references are we supposed to look at here? Well, Lovecraftian stories, I guess. Do you want me to search up how to get out of an infinite house on my phone? Just. Now I bit her lip to stop herself. Sorry. Ella said. No. I should be the one apologizing. Also if there were duplicates. Of the people in the inner loops, could you go in and then ask the duplicates to come to the room where you are and get a lot of crowd that way. I'm sorry. I know I'm not the only one stressed as hell right now. I'm just worried about Gija. Worried she was being even more of a screw-up of a sister. Now I didn't press Ella to finish her thought, opting instead to pace. Going in deeper is probably just asking for trouble. But the duplicate hallways count as rooms with no windows, don't they? Yeah, I guess you're right. We can hide in there until morning. Oh yeah, hello chat. We are in an infinite loopy house somehow. Does morning even come to this place? It's kinda Lovecraftian vibes, but not sure why, what is going on. It was afternoon for what seemed like forever all those years ago. Let's grab the and the two women immediately freed one word. Dija! They ran into the second living room. Dija was gone. The slam of another door could be heard from beyond the door leading in the room. Dija! Now I ran ahead of Ayla and back into the first hallway, and Ayla fretfully followed suit. They both tried door after door. Dija was nowhere to be found. Screeching could be heard near the entrance. Tears gathered in Ayla's eyes. In her mind's eye, she pictured the flame of a candle struggling against the wind. Dija! Ayla, wait. Now I chased after Ayla, but she charged to the front door. It was unlocked. The screeches were louder than they had ever been before, barely muffled by the barrier the door provided. Even so, Ayla grabbed the knob and turned it. Nova's hand flew out to stop her, but it was too late. Ayla! The front door no longer led to the neighborhood. Instead, there was another hallway, much different from the ones they had been entering. With no doors and no end in sight, it was almost dizzying to look down directly. The screeching that once seemed so close was now far away. And down the hallway was a sprinting Dija. Dija, no! Come back! But Ayla and Nava ran. The front door slammed shut behind them. No matter how fast they went, it felt like they could never catch up with Dija. Please don't take her from me. Don't take my little sister. The burst of unexpected energy took Ayla further. At last, it felt like she was finally closing in on Dija, as she stretched out her hand to try and grab her. But Dija too managed to get farther. It's kinda like a dream scene. Like this is like typical dream territory, right? Like you try to run, but you can't run. And you try to grab something, but you never can. Like that's typical nightmares, right? Ayla just couldn't catch up. No! Her feet slowed. Suddenly, they were lifted up off the ground. Now, we are not giving up. You can't run forever, Dija. Nava once again brought them close to Dija, who continued to run without stopping. If Dija was going to be like that, Nava supposed she'd be like that too. She didn't care that her arms were shaking. Ayla knew she couldn't tell her to stop. Wah! Ayla reached out her hand again. When she strained her ears, it almost sounded like there were sobs intermingled with the cries of the ghost, which was nowhere to be seen. That sounds like Dija. So like the bird is a ghost, I guess. Something. And the realization struck her. That faint, blurry afterimage was superimposed over Dija. Dija reached the end of the hall and opened the only thing at the end. Another door. There was absolutely nothing beyond the door. There was only a void. Dija ran right in, sobbing all the while. Dija! Nava carried them into the void without hesitation or permission. And Ayla wouldn't have had it any other way. Obtained the void heart or something, right? Scene: an apartment complex 6 years ago. A young Dija is walking back home from school to her apartment. She spies a cat out of the corner of her eye and stops. It's preparing to pounce. Like she's like 10 or younger, or well, around 10 I guess. Dija follows its gaze to see a bird on the end of it. If Dija so wanted, she could alert the bird so it could flee. However, she remains still, unwilling to interrupt a natural process. The cat lurches. I guess the ghost is just a bird then. Dija looks away at the moment of the kill, but she can hear the bird's wings beat frantically as it struggles, then begin to slow as it dies. She quickly hurries home. I felt bad. I love cats, and it was only a normal thing to happen, but I still felt bad. In my nightmares ever since, I am the bird. Well, like, I hope you're not watching like animal documentaries, because you will see like so many things getting eaten. Like animal documentaries are like obsessed with things getting eaten, even though it's like relatively like a rare occurrence compared to everything else. I got to have it anyway. I get torn open while the real me does nothing and hurries away. I wake up in a sweat every time it happens. The bird cursed me. It must have. It latched onto me and took the chance to remind me of what I did whenever possible. I am a child that brings misfortune. Okay, I guess it is like 2 levels of bullying. Then, like both her and her big sister were getting bullied. Every stray cat I care for is another cat I pray will ward it away. Or they did see a cat too that jumped like in front of the car before the incident happened. In the emptiness, one young girl sat in the center, nothing. There was no light, ergo there was no darkness. She was only perceivable because the people who chased after her with all their might knew what she looked like. So for their sanity, false, faint light from somewhere on the stage was cast onto the actors. Curled up so tightly she looked like she'd turn into a ball, Dija's heartbreaking cries gradually turned into soft sobs. it's all my fault. She was right. I did all of this. Why do I keep screwing up? Elle was the first to approach her, collapsing next to Dija and throwing her arms around her little sister. She buried her face in Dija's shoulder blade, sweat and tears melting into the younger girl's shirt. Don't say that about yourself. This isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. I did. I figured it out when you were explaining that what happened to you, Ella. I just didn't want to believe it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to turn it off. I know those two left safely, but I don't know how to do it for us. Or how safely if the bird ate one of them. I don't know how I'm doing this at all. I only keep making it worse. I don't even know where this is, but it is the void. Dija's voice was mangled by her crying. Now approached the sisters, joining them on Dija's unoccupied side. She reached up a hand to start rubbing Dija's back. For what it's worth, I don't think you're a screw-up kid. That stuck-up little brat is the problem. You said it yourself, didn't you? It was her suggestion in the first place to get a ride home. Yeah, but I was the one who said you guys could do it. Yeah, well, I'm not sure why that means anything though. Like maybe the same thing could have happened to anybody. So, she should have been glad someone was coming, Dija. She shouldn't have started treating you like that. It's really nice when she wants to be, really. I'm not sure if that is much. Doesn't sound like much. You could also just be nice normally. It's not like being nice takes effort anyway. Being mean takes effort. I guess sometimes you're mean by accident, but that's different. Actively being mean is active effort, right? Just don't make her mad. It's so easy to not make her mad. And I messed it up. And I don't like messing up around her. Yeah, well, sounds like she's just a joke, so well. She was hitting the back of my seat and my car for no good reason. She doesn't usually. That girl even hurts her own family, Dija. I know. Now and Ella were silenced by Dija's sudden outburst. They waited for her to regain her bearings and continue speaking. I don't want her to be mean. Well, I guess the vast majority of people don't want anybody to be mean, but sometimes there is only so much you can do. Ultimately, the decision to be mean is the decision of the individual, right? You can't blame yourself or somebody else deciding to be mean. You can blame yourself for being mean, but just don't be mean. She's so pretty when she's nice. It feels like her smile is making me melt away. Okay, this is like the toxic Yuri trend, right? But well, toxic is like no good in reality. But like I guess like you could have like a nice like storyline where somebody start as toxic but not too much and then like gets, well, better. But usually, well, toxic is bad. Her brother is so nice, so I thought she had to be nicer inside too, right? But that's like the twins assumption or something, but like, well, twins are like individuals too. They look the same but no guarantees, I guess. Like back when I was in the primary school, like there were twins, but like when you learned to know them, like you could pretty much tell that they were like different in many ways. Like one was like much like quieter and the other one was more of a jokester. The twins are just like, well, like any other two people. Like maybe there is like some kind of like sibling connection when you live like that much together, but beyond that I guess it's the same. When I met you for the first time, I saw you holding Ayla's hand, Nava. I was so excited for that to be me someday. But see, I don't think she even thinks of me as a friend. Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you need nasty girls, but doesn't mean that you need to like commit on them. Like there are other girls somewhere out there. Hopefully. I'm just some weirdo who tries way too hard to suck up to her. It shows up left Teacher's throat. You always hear people whispering about it. Everyone's in their own little group. Everyone's in their own little group except me. I thought I was different and could make friends with all sorts of people. But I had never actually really gotten to know anybody aside from the twins. It gets so hard to go to school sometimes. I only go because I don't want to stress out mom and dad. But now I'm gonna make everyone mad because I did all of this. Now we are stuck here forever. I don't wanna do this anymore. I just wanna sleep. I wanna sleep and never wake up. Yeah. Ayla's voice came out breathlessly shocked. That. Emptiness was filled with only Dita's cry. Well, like at this point, I guess like you could say that, well, I was bullied once, but I found a wonderful girl, so surely it will be fine one day. Like don't let the bullies mean nothing. It petered out into whimpers, and eventually all became silent. Ayla cradled her gently. As she stared at her little sister's hand, so small in her own, she pictured the candle again. Well, like I guess like in retrospect, like not sure if you need to say like anything in this situation. Like you don't need to give a lecture exactly. It's my fault. Huh. This happened because I left you behind. I was such a coward. I was only thinking about myself. You looked so lonely when I left. You would keep looking back and forth between me and all the boxes in the back of the car. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, this is again like a difficult situation. Because at some point, like, well, like the siblings will have to like separate. But maybe it is too quick for one and then the right time for the other. It's kinda hard. No, Ella. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, I promise. I'm old enough to make friends on my own. But... Ella. Lydia gave Ella a stern look in imitation of the silly stare their father would give them whenever they tried to prank him. Ha ha. Sorry, this should have been about you, and here I am making it about me. Yeah, that's kinda like what I meant by, like, you don't need to like exactly give a lecture in this moment. It's okay. I always wondered why you looked so sad when you left. But I didn't think about it much anymore when I saw you were so happy living with Nava. I never ever thought you left me behind. That. And like I guess like you can still pay visits, I guess. Nava rubbed Ella's shoulder as if to silently tell her girlfriend to give herself a break. Ella conceded. Silence filled the emptiness. This can't be the end. I was able to leave. There has to be something that will trigger escape, but what? Ella looked at Nava, who seemed to be just as deep in thought as her. Suddenly, Nava spoke. When I was your age, I got bullied too. They'd all come up with dumb justifications for why they were doing it, just to make themselves feel like they were in the right. Well, I got bullied like a little bit, but it was like nothing as systematic. Like mostly it was just like kids having like bad ideas. But it's probably like really tough when it is like more systematic. Or like back in the day, like the teachers didn't like really care about the bullying that much, sadly. So if you get like bullied hard, like it would be, well, who would save you basically? Hopefully it is better these days, but no idea. But well, I was kinda weird kid, I guess. Like I was even shyer than these days. But I didn't get bullied that much. I guess like in a way I was a boring target. And I have been harassed as an adult too. I can't just lie to you and tell you that it never gets to me. And when I'm going through a really rough time, I always try to look towards the future. I always try to think about what's waiting for me beyond the pain. Right now, it's my dreams, my mom, my dad. The members of my family that don't turn their nose up at my hobbies. Ella, and even you, Dija. Even me. Of course you. I only agreed to this because I wanted to see how you were doing, you know. If you can't stop thinking this is all your fault, just know that even if I knew we were going to get sucked into this world, I still came to make sure you were okay. Oh, that's kinda weird, I guess. Did twins basically just happen to live in this area that is cursed for her? Maybe there was no way to avoid coming here then. Oh well. Nah. Gija began to sniffle again. It was at that moment something clicked in Ella's mind. Hundreds of possible actions to take coursed through her mind like a current. From saying her own comforting words to Gija to proposing a plan. Ella moved her lips. Marry me. That. Something completely different came out. That. The shock was enough to get Gija to stop crying momentarily. Why are you saying that now? That. Sorry, it just kinda came out. I was gonna say something different, I swear. I love you, you're crazy. Do you want to honeymoon in Whitby, or maybe in Santa Monica, or we could go to Harajuku? Hey, slow down. You're the one going fast. Look, it has something to do with what I was trying to do, I think. Just give me a second. Ha. Now and Ella both gasped at Gija's surprise laugh. Barely audible about the banter. Thanks to that single signing sound, Ella regained her senses. That's right. I want to get married now. And Gija, I want you at my wedding. No, I need you. Well, that's one way to solve a situation, I guess, but really weird way. Also pretty unlikely location to do the proposal, but sure. Ella stopped herself from putting too much pressure on Gija in such a delicate situation. I just need you, okay? You're my little sister. You're my everything. You're mom and dad's everything, and we would tear up the whole world to keep you safe. Ella, you're going to get through school. I'll help you until the day you graduate and beyond. I'll even go back to commuting so I can live with you guys again if that's what it takes. Don't let that bitch ruin everything for you. Even her twin seems fed up with her. Well, not all's lost. I bet you can still be friends with him to start, right? You're going to make it. Lisa began to cry again. She buried herself in Ella's chest and hugged her tight, soaking her sister's turtleneck with tears. The sight brought tears to Ella's own eyes. I wanna see you guys get married. I do. I wanna graduate and go to college and become a vet. And I want a cat. Well, just don't feed it birds, I guess. I want 2 cats. I'll have 2 cats and a girlfriend. And you had to come to my wedding. But that's the dream, I guess. Like a girlfriend and a cat. I will, I promise. By the time you get married, I'm sure I'll have a few movies out. Yeah. And I'll design you the most beautiful outfit you have ever seen for your wedding. Everyone will be floored. Well, sure, like why not a god-themed wedding? We can even put a cat pattern on it if you want. Oh, I do have a cat pattern dress, like it is like my like pride dress. Ija giggled through her sobs, causing Nava to grin triumphantly. Now you're just being silly, huh? As the tree talked about future plans, the real light had appeared at the far end of the emptiness. It gradually grew in size, as if coming closer. All 3 of them rose from the formless floor. Blue shadows were casted behind them. Nava and Ella took one hand, Gija's each. I think that's the exit. Ella smiled down at her sister. Are you ready to go now, Dija? Dija hesitated for a moment. Then with a broad smile she nodded. Ella looked to Nava and they nodded too before taking a step forward with Dija. The light grew and grew until it engulfed them. Familiar populated scenery started to melt in before them. Wow, mabushi. So bright. Okay, well, that was an ending, I guess. It was interesting. I like the vibes. I kinda like this kind of Lovecraftian stories. Like there is this like unexplained thingy to it that is interesting. Like it could happen to everybody somehow. But yeah, that was second story, I guess. Next one, well, not sure if I'll have time tomorrow, but Sunday should be fine at the very least. Well, like, can we get the menu? There we go. Save. Yeah, this was great. I do like it. Like, not sure like what is like the or like what to make of it exactly. Like maybe it's trying to say something about like bullying and trauma or something. Like that's definitely the theme, I guess. It doesn't like really like explain, but maybe it's kind of like a metaphor. Like being being lost in darkness or in like a maze and like feeling that there's nobody else around because of the bullying, something like that. Yeah, pretty rough as a concept. I'm kind of loner in real life, but it's not this rough. And I do have like friends I can rely on when I'm just like casually a loner, I guess. But yeah, I hope nobody needs to get bullied. It just sucks. Like I don't think like even like the bullies like are better off with that. Like it just sucks for everybody. And like the bullies will be a mess too. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. It was a nice story. I did like it. But yeah. That was the second part of 3 Lilies and the ghost stories. I'm not sure like if this was a ghost story exactly. Like maybe the bird was a ghost. But I don't think like it is like the point exactly. Like the bird is more like a trauma or something. Like the trauma of like messing up vaguely in some form. Like maybe it's saying that like I should have done enough, but well, sometimes you just can't do like everything. Well, I don't think I can make anything more out of it, so yeah. Thank you for watching. It was a lot of fun. See you. Not sure about tomorrow, but on Sunday, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.